Hey guys, so I'm doing a couple of lives tonight, and I wanted to talk about my book, Let's Get This House. So, the reason why I wrote this book is when I was in the home buying process, I found out so much things that I believe that a lot of people not know. Okay. So, one of the things about the home buying process that I found out later on my second time to buy a house was that I needed to know what I wanted. Okay. So, one of the things that people learn in this book, you learn to definely break down what you want. Let me tell you why. When you get a house, when you start the home buying process, there is a thing called due diligence. Okay. So, once you place the offer, you're going to go under a contract. And when you see on the internet or you see in front of the houses, there's this sign that says under contract. That means that that's the time that the buyer and the seller has agreed to for the buyer to take care of all their business. And you say, what is their business? They're going to place their offer. Once the offer get accepted, they're going to submit earnest money. And once they submit earnest money, then they have to get a home inspector that's within a certain amount of time. And then they have to get an appraisal that's within a certain time. And then after that, the underwriter comes to verify that your money and that your income is legit and that you can afford the house. Did you hear that? So going under contract is when you place the offer, they accept the offer, you give your earnest money, you get your home inspector, you get your appraisal, and then the underwriter comes in to verify that your money is good. That usually is only set up for 2 to 3 weeks, usually. So they're expecting you to have your money together. They're expecting you to have all your paperwork together via your tax papers, your bank account notices, and your credit notices. Okay. You're expected to have all that together. So you're going under due diligence. Another thing, the average contractor, the average realtor is not going to deal with just you. They're going to be dealing with more than one person trying to sell a house. The commissions aren't that great unless they're selling $1 million house, like those shows selling in the OC. What's the other one? Millionaire real estate, selling in New York. Unless they are like those places, those companies that are on Netflix and Hulu, they're not making that much money off of your house. They're making probably a couple of $1,000s, but they got to sell multiple houses, which mean they are going to need you to know what you're talking about and what you want. So you ask yourself, why should I know what I'm talking about if I'm coming to the realtor? Because that's your investment. Because once you spend your money, you're expected to know what you're investing yourself into. So in my book, I tell you to get 3 notebooks. Okay. You're going to write your dream list, your list of what you want, and your list of what you cannot do without. You're going to do that before you even look for a realtor. Okay. Because let me tell you why. You need to know what county, what type of house, and what area in that county that you can afford. How will you find that out? You will find that out when you make your list. Because the average realtor, they're going to ask you this one question. All of them are going to ask you this one question. What kind of house do you want and what do you want in the house? So in the book, I ask you, do you want a condo? Do you want a townhome, which is sometimes referred to as a condo? But my idea of a condo is like an apartment in a big complex, like the Jeffersons, okay? Where they got their condo that they bought, okay? If you live in Atlanta like me, there's a lot of condominiums being built everywhere. Not everyone wants a townhouse. Some people don't want no yard whatsoever. They want morning pickup, trash, evening pickup, concierge service. So you got people that are moving in that. And then you might want a single family home. So first you need to decide, do you want a condo? Do you want a townhouse or a single family home? Then you're going to break down how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms you want. Then you're going to say whether or not you want a fireplace, do you want a porch, do you want a swimming pool, all those things. And that can be your dream list. And then you got to have an idea of the square footage. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I did not know that was very important on my home search was square footage, because guess what? I'm in a house. I love my house that I bought, but we don't have enough space. And I sacrificed getting a basement, which is something I really wish I had. Now I have a loft area upstairs, which is like a loft TV area where it's a lounge and everything, but I really wish I had more. Okay. So even I, after buying my house, started learning some things about this home search that I really want to help people with. And that's why I wrote the book. So you want to know your square footage, you want to know how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, uh, if you want a basement, if you don't want a basement, if you want a screen porch, if you want a front porch, back porch, if you want a swimming pool, if you want a loft, if you want da 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 da, fireplace, stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, you have you. Then you have the other list of what you want that you can settle without, which is you can go without a basement, or you can go without granite countertops. You get it later, or you can go without stainless steel appliances. You can go without it later, or you don't have to have a fireplace because you don't burn a fireplace anyway. You'll just buy a freestanding fireplace and put it there for decoration, like anything like that. And then your list of what you cannot do without. You cannot have just one bathroom. There are still houses around here with just one restroom. So you know for a fact you want two full restrooms. You don't want a bath and a half. Back in the day, it was luxury to have a bath and a half. I grew up in a house with a bath and a half. So we always had two restrooms, but our restroom, which was known as the kids' restroom, had the tub. So the owner of the house, even though they had a bathroom in their bedroom, that was considered luxury, but it was a half bath. It is a half bath. So in order for her to take a bath or a shower, she had to go to the main restroom. Well, guess what? As an adult, I realized I want a tub and two restrooms. Okay. So then it came from wanting two restrooms to three restrooms. So I got two and a half. So the average person has two and a half. They have a tub for the other people in the house, a tub for the main guest, the main person in the house, and then that separate half bath for any guests that come to visit. Okay. So I know I could not do without with at least three restrooms. Okay. Three toilets to be specific. All right. I knew I wanted a good sized kitchen because I'm in the kitchen all the time. I cook, I wanted room, and I wanted an open concept. Okay. I did not want a wall blocking my kitchen off. So I knew I wanted an open concept. I could not do without that. I knew I had to have at least four bedrooms. I could not do without that. That's your could not do without list. Another thing, I had to think about the county because you got taxes. So I knew I did not want to go closer to the city because it was going to cost me more. I knew I wanted to be further away from the city because the taxes was going to cost me less. And the cost of the house was going to cost me less because I was going to be in the outskirts. Whereas somebody, they don't mind paying more dollar because they're in it strictly for the property value. They intend to sell the house in a couple of years. They know they're going to make some more money off this house. They know anything that comes within city limits, any new hospitals, um, new organizations, new parks, new anything that the mayor might cut a ribbon at is going to bring the value up. They're going straight in for the investment. They want to be closer to the city. This is what I tell you about in this book. So I teach you about looking for property value. I teach you all these things. And what you do, you take all of those things that you listed, and you're going to go on a website like Zillow, Redfin, or Homes.com. And when you go on that site, you're going to type in everything you want. You can get an idea of what that house would be and the houses in the area. Another thing I tell people, look for the houses in the area of where you want to buy and find out what those houses sold for. That's how you'll know what you can afford. Is the price accurate? Mm-mm. But it's close. It's real close. It's close enough for you to have an idea what you would be spending if you get a house like that. So I just wanted to share that real quick. My book is on payhip.com, payhip.com/new you industries. I'll put it in the caption. This book will help you not only get approved for a house, but it will get you to the closing table. I took my time and I wrote everything about the home buying process. I teach about property value. I teach about looking for a house. I have it in ebook. It's $9.99, and the book itself is $20. It's a small book, but I'm telling you, you're going to learn everything you need, and you're going to get a house. I've had people to actually get their house after reading my book and following the steps. In the back, I have an area where you even can make notes, and this is even available on the ebook if you print it out. Okay. I'm telling you, this book will get you to the closing table. It speaks from my personal experience, not from a realtor's perspective, but from a buyer's perspective. And it tells you different things that to be looking for. And I always tell people, if you need any advice, hit me up, call me. I am available. It's time for us to be homeowners. Yeah, you just heard me talk about life insurance. I'm talking about the entire financial industry. I am here to help you. I can show you how to do your taxes to get the maximum refund. I can show you how to get life insurance. I can show you how to get in a house and build a future for your family. Change your life. Because at the end of the day, people are thinking they're not making that much money. They are making enough money. It's the strategy and it is the methods that you're taking to get there. And I promise you, let's get this house is the way to go. 2022 and up, it's time for us to get our houses, get in these properties, and start securing the bag. Be blessed.